You know the vibes, 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 yeah. Vibes, vibes, vibes. Right, can we just excuse how I look right now? Because I know I look crazy. Like, I know this hair is not a vibe, but I was just really in the mood to like pink curl my hair today. I don't know why, so I've put it in pink curls. I know it looks absolutely crazy, but we're just gonna have to make do. We're just gonna have to embrace it, so it's fine. Hello guys, how are we doing? I hope you're all well. It feels like so long since I have sat down in this room, in my bedroom, and filmed a makeup tutorial, which is obviously what we're gonna be doing today. It's not really a makeup tutorial, but more like a get ready with me. I was just really in the mood to like sit down, do my hair, put makeup on, have a chat with you guys. Like I said, I feel like I've not done one of these videos in so long, and I don't know, I'm just really in the mood to like do some makeup today, feel cute, look cute, and have a little catch up. So that is what we're going to be doing. I actually cannot look at myself in the viewfinder and not want to burst out laughing, because look at me. What is this? What is this hair? This has got to go. We're just gonna have to ignore it. Obviously, I am back home now. I'm back at home with my mum and my dad. My brother's also here at the minute. He's usually at uni, but he is home for Christmas. And it's just, I don't know. Do you know what? For once, I'm actually feeling a little bit Christmassy today. We've got less than a week to go to Christmas. I went out last night, attempted to do a little bit of Christmas shopping, got a few gifts, actually got mostly alcohol for myself, but still. And all in all, I don't know, I'm just feeling really like festive and happy and just everything else today. So yeah, just suddenly excited to like put a face of makeup on and just feel a little bit more presentable than I look right now. I've already done my eyebrows and primed my eyes. I always do that off camera, and obviously I've got lashes on at the minute as well. So the lashes that I have on are by Shauna. I'll put her out on the screen here. She is so incredible at individual lashes. I don't know what it is as well. I feel like since I've started getting individuals, I actually can't stop. Like, I just cannot not have them on anymore. So yeah, I've got lashes on. So we're just going to be doing kind of like a easy, like neutral eye look today, which I know isn't anything that you've not seen before, or it isn't anything that exciting, but it's just what we're going to be doing. I have got a few new products that I want to try out. So I recently got sent these palettes. They're kind of like little quads from, I don't know how you pronounce this brand. I want to say it's Maven. These quads are so cute. I feel like the packaging is really cute. I really love the whole like vibe of the branding and everything else. So we've got a couple of different colorways in terms of the quads. So this one is the medium blend, and then we've also got the bold blend, which is this one here, and then also the define, which is that one right there. So I think I'm just going to use a mix of probably mostly the medium and the define. I think I'm going to use these shades in my crease from the medium, and then use these maybe to do like a little bit of a smoky liner. So yeah, I think I'm just going to start maybe with these two here. I've never heard of this brand before. Like I said, I got sent this in PR, but suddenly quite excited to try them. I'm kind of sick of using like the same products over and over again now. Like, I really want to branch out and try some new stuff. But yeah, I asked for some questions on Instagram as well, just so that we like can have a little chat whilst I'm doing this. So I thought I would answer some of those. I've just actually had a flick through, and the majority of the questions are actually just like a lot of you asking how I am and how I'm doing mentally and if I'm okay, because I seem like a little bit down and everything else. So thought we would have a chat about that. Honestly, I found it so sweet. Like I said, I was just reading through all of the questions then. I found it so sweet that so many of you guys asked that, and just, I don't know, just like cared to ask that. Like, it really just like warmed my heart, so thank you. I'm okay. Like, I'm actually doing a lot better at the minute. I feel like this year has been a little bit of a struggle, and I feel like it's been a little bit of a struggle for everyone, and I don't really like to say that, because realistically I have so little to complain about. I actually have nothing to complain about. Like, there's so many things in my life that I'm so grateful for, so I never want to come across that I'm like, I don't know, like moping or moaning or anything else. I just feel like this year in general has obviously been a difficult year for everyone. I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, but I feel like I've just like lost myself a little bit this year. That's the only way I can explain it. Like I feel like I've just lost my personality a bit. Like, I've lost my like excitement for things sometimes. It's one of those things where I feel like when, like I said, the only way I can explain it is that I feel like I've just lost myself a little bit, and it's one of those things where there's just like, there's no really like quick fix for it. I feel like I'm just kind of getting back to how I am usually, and how like just feeling happier and more positive again. But it's just like a little bit of a process, and I feel like in the end I will be absolutely fine. Like I know I will be fine. I think as well, like I've just lost excitement a little bit for things like YouTube. I've not really been filming as much as I want to recently, just because I've not had anything that I really wanted to film. But yeah, it's just one of those. I'm excited for a new year. I'm excited for a fresh start. I'm excited to just like see what 2021 will bring, which is hopefully just like a bit of fresh air and like fresh energy and everything else. The only thing I could do as well is just apologize, because I know I'm not really my usual self in a lot of videos at the minute, and I feel like as a viewer that's just not entertaining to watch. So on that side, like I always feel really bad as well, and it's probably again why I've not filmed as much, because I don't want to film anything for you guys that I don't think you're going to enjoy or going to find like entertaining or useful or whatever it is. So I think I might actually use a little bit of this shade from the Bold Blend, which is a little bit more of like a warmer brown. What other questions did I have? I had a lot of questions about obviously what it was like living with Mads, if I'm going to be moving out anytime soon. That is so pretty. All of those kind of questions as well, which honestly had the best time living with Mads. Like I remember when we first made that decision like 6 weeks ago or whatever it was, and there was kind of like a little part of me that was like, oh my god, is this like too big of a kind of commitment, especially on Mads' sake as well. Like I really didn't want her to feel the pressure to have to like host me for all those weeks and whatever else. Not that she would, because obviously she's my best friend and everything else, but I feel like I'm such a stressor where I'm just like, oh my god, like what if we end up driving each other crazy or whatever, like whatever else, what if this happens, what if that happens. But honestly, we had so much fun living together. We're so similar as people, so I feel like we just get on really, really easily. We're both like super laid back. We just like get on so well. So yeah, I literally had the best time living with her. I feel like it's just both, it's what we both needed at the time as well. Like I feel like we've both been going through things like this year, and I think there is just nothing better than just like being around your best friend. Obviously like Rach was there a lot as well, so just being able to spend time like the three of us so much. I loved it. I bloody loved it, I'm not gonna lie. And I feel like it has made me want to move out a little bit. Saying that, since I've come home, I've actually loved being at home. Like I've loved seeing my mum and dad again, and my brother, my cats. Like I do love living at home. I have such an amazing home life. Like I'm so grateful for that. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm in a rush to move out. And to be honest, like I still don't know what I'm gonna do when I move out, because I still don't want to rent again. Like I've still got it in my head that I don't want to have to pay rent again, because obviously I've done that in the past. But at the same time, like buying, I don't think I'd want to buy a house and then buying a flat in Manchester. Like the price of flats now in Manchester is just so ridiculous for what it is. Like when you think about the size of a flat, like what it costs to get a flat in Manchester now, you could buy like a 4-bed house around me. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not really sure yet. I don't know what I'm going to do living wise. At the minute, like I'm not in a rush. I'm really enjoying living at home. And I don't feel the pressure either. Like I really don't feel the pressure to move out, even though I'm like 23, you know, working, everything. Like I'm still okay being at home at the minute. So something that I'm going to think about next year though, definitely. I'm going to use this shade from the Define palette. Gosh, these shadows are so nice. I don't know what this brand is. I've never heard of them before. I'm going to have to like look more into it. Never get my wings even. It actually causes me stress. I'm going to use a little bit of my Jordana Iconic like pigment part, I would say this is, just on my lid. So I'm just gonna like pat the cream on, and then just a little bit of these. Did you just hear my stomach? Oh my god, I'm not eating today yet. I'm not really sure why. Okay, anyway, on to skin. Ooh, someone just said, what would you say your biggest achievement to date is? That is a good question, actually. And you know what? I would say that my biggest achievement today is something that is currently in the works, but you guys won't know about it until next year. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, it's basically a project that I have been working on a little bit this year. It was actually supposed to come out this year as well, but obviously with COVID and everything, it got pushed back. So You guys will see that next year. I feel like that it's definitely by far probably my biggest achievement today. I feel like if I told my younger self when I was first starting YouTube that what it is sorry, that what it is was ever gonna happen, I would not have believed you for like 5 minutes. Like, I would not have believed you at all. So probably reaching 500,000 subscribers, like that's another thing that I just never thought would happen, and is such a big achievement, and just just something that I'm so like grateful and proud of. But yeah, that's another reason why I'm really excited about next year, is because I'm very excited about something that is going to be happening. I know someone asked as well about like what my goals are for next year, or things that I'm really excited about. I'm just quickly going to use the Becca, what is this? The First Light Priming Filter. I've not tried this before, so I thought we'd give it a go. I would probably just say like being able to spend time with family again, hopefully. I mean, I've really being seeing my family this year, and just like close family friends that we would have spent usually a lot more time with. Seeing family, being able to travel. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to like go away again. I feel like that's one thing that like didn't necessarily take for granted, but just having the ability to travel like really quite easily in with what I do and everything else. Honestly, like I've missed just going away so much this year. I've missed all the trips that I would usually do with brands, like especially like my motel trips. Had so much fun on those last year. Definitely like were one of the biggest highlights of the year for me. I'm gonna use a little bit of Laura Mercier primer as well. Sorry, there's a lot of skin prep happening suddenly. But yeah, and just to like film again and be more excited to film, because like I said, I feel like I've just not been in the mood to film recently, just because everything that I tend to film, I just don't feel like there's been a purpose for it. So yeah, I'm excited to go out more, like just even go out for dinner more, spend more time with my friends, with my family, travel, work, like just see what next year holds work-wise. Obviously, me, Mads and Rachel have been working on the podcast. We've not actually started filming that yet, because again, it just keeps getting pushed back, and there's delays and things that we've got to like wait on and whatever else. Very excited for next year. I just got a good feeling about it, and I'm putting that out into the world that it's going to be a good year for me, for all of you, for everyone. That is what I'm saying. We'll see in a year's time if I'm regretting saying that, but fingers crossed I won't, so it's fine. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit of Pat McGrath. Pat McGrath, I'm not sure if it's cruelty free or not. Obviously, you guys know I am cruelty free now. I'm still not entirely sure. From what I've Googled, it is. So that's what I'm going to go with, but if anyone has any more information on that, let me know. I'm going to mix this foundation. Absolutely love this foundation. It's so beautiful on the skin. This is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection in the shade Light Medium 14. And then I mixed it with a little bit of the Morphe Hint Skin Tint. Don't really like this on its own, but I really love mixing it in with this foundation. They're both quite liquidy, so they just complement each other really well. And this one's in the shade Hint of Pecan. And then the brush that I always use for foundation, I get so many questions on this brush. What's actually the brand again? Oh, this is a Luxie large angled brush. I'll try and link it down below. I always get so many questions on this foundation brush whenever I use it. It's just so nice for like buffing foundation into the skin. I don't actually think this is what it's meant for, but I really like it for foundation. So someone asked me how I'm finding single life, if I'm enjoying single life, which the answer would be yes. I actually always really enjoy being single. Like I don't know, I feel like I've never really been the sort of person to really need to have a boyfriend or whatever else, which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that either. Like if that's what makes you happy, then that's absolutely fine. But I think it's so important to just like be on your own and just like be happy and learn to be happy on your own. I think that's one thing I've struggled a little bit, obviously breaking up with my ex-boyfriend earlier this year, was just like learning not to rely on him so much, because he'd become such a comfort blanket for me and just such a, I don't know, just such a rock in my life. Like that was just one thing that was quite a big adjustment. But I think overall now I'm honestly really enjoying single life. I'm not talking to anyone, I'm not speaking to anyone, I'm not dating anyone, I'm not even close to that with anyone. Like I'm literally just on my own by myself at the minute. Obviously I have my friends, my family, which are always the most important part of my life anyway, and yeah, I'm just enjoying that. I feel like, tell you what though, like going through a breakup in these circumstances is definitely what made it 10 times harder for me. I feel like if I'd been going out and going away and doing all the stuff that I usually would have been doing, actually going through that breakup would have been 10 times easier. But just the fact that I was like sat at home dwelling on everything and just like missing like spending time with him and stuff, like that's what made it difficult. But we're still actually really good friends. I had a question about that as well, if I'm still in touch with my ex-boyfriend and things. Like, yeah, we're still really good friends. In a nutshell, I am enjoying single life. I very much am single. I'm not speaking to anyone, not dating anyone, nothing. You know, it's funny actually, I've probably only ever been on like one date my whole life, or maybe like 2 dates my whole life. Like I've never really been on a proper like first date with someone. Maybe next year will be the year that I go on a proper first date. We shall see. But yeah, can we just have a like second for this foundation? It's so beautiful on the skin. Just blends in like an absolute bloody dream. You have to excuse my hands as well. I'm gonna have to instant tan the rest of my body because I put fake tan on my face last night just because I had like remnants of tan on and I've not tanned my hands, which is why they look so pale compared to my face. So we're just going to ignore that. I'm going to go in with the Milk Makeup bronzer. This is in the shade Blaze. I've actually got this as a as one of like Mads and Rachel's Christmas presents as well. That's what I was shopping for last night, was for Mads and Rach. Every time I use this, people are just always like, oh my god, what is that? Because it's just the yummiest, like just such a nice warm shade of bronzer. I feel like I always put it quite high on my cheekbones just because it's not like a contour shade, so I kind of would rather have it on like the higher points of my face. But it's so pretty on the skin. Yeah, I got this from Mads and Rach as well because they were trying to buy it and couldn't find it in Selfridges. Oh yeah, also I keep getting lots of questions about my teeth. So obviously I had my teeth done recently. I've had really mixed feedback from you guys. I feel like some of you really like them, some of you don't like them, which by all means tell me that you don't like them. Like I won't, as long as you're not mean about it, then I won't take offense to it. I'd rather you guys were honest with me always. But yeah, obviously I had my teeth done. So I had it, was it 6 or 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to say 8 composite veneers on my top teeth. I kind of get what you guys are saying about my teeth, those of you that don't like them. I feel like I'm still a little bit on the fence and getting used to them as well, if I'm going to be totally honest. I went to Cam, who is based in Liverpool, who is the same dentist that Rachel goes to and who did her teeth as well and has now done Mad's teeth as well. Yeah, I went to Cam, absolutely love him. He was amazing. Just the whole experience with him, the service, just everything about him. Like I love his whole energy and just the way he does everything that he does, if that makes sense. Yeah, I was really happy with him. I feel like I'm still getting used to my teeth. I'm still a little bit on the fence about them. I'm still, because the thing was, like, I didn't hate my teeth to begin with, and that's something that I know a lot of you have said as well. Like, I had a nice smile to begin with. The thing that I wanted changing was like the whiteness of my teeth. I wanted them to be a little bit whiter. I also wanted to straighten out my front 2 teeth, because even when I had Invisalign, these front 2 teeth were never actually flush straight. They always overlapped a bit, which you probably couldn't tell very much in like on videos, but in person it was a little bit more noticeable. So yeah, we basically straightened out my front 2, and then obviously the rest are just like literally just composite veneers, which is just basically a layer of composite over your natural tooth. He didn't like shave down my teeth or anything like that. I feel like these front 2 next to my big 2 might be a little bit too long, because they did used to be a bit shorter, and I think that's one thing that I'm like struggling to get used to, is like the length of the 2 next to my big 2, but that's something that can easily be changed if I want it to. But overall, I do really like the colour of them and everything else. Like I said, I know some of you love them, I know some of you don't love them. I mean, feel free to, if you've not noticed yet, let me know what you think below. Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence myself about them. Like, I'm a little bit undecided on them still, but overall, absolutely loved going to Cam and can't recommend him enough, to be honest. I've just mixed 2 concealers from Pat McGrath. These are the Skin Fetish concealers in L5 and L3. They are obviously quite light, but I feel like concealer always dulls down quite a lot once you set it with powder, so don't worry, it won't look crazy in the end. Oh, a couple of people asked about if I'm still going horse riding, which I am. I actually had a lesson yesterday with Connor, who is honestly like my favourite person on this planet. Like, I actually love him to pieces. Like, he's just the best person ever. So yeah, I'm still going to Riders Farm, which is based in Swinton. Cannot recommend them enough if anyone is looking to start or, I don't know, continue lessons that you used to have, which is what obviously I've been doing. They are just amazing there. They're such lovely people, make you feel really welcome. I'm still having private lessons, so at the minute I'm going like twice a week, and I'm pretty much always on the same horse now, even though she's obviously a school horse. I'm pretty much always on Angel, who you will have seen in a couple of my videos if you've watched like my riding vlogs and stuff. I honestly absolutely love Angel to pieces. Like, she is just everything I could possibly want in a horse, where I'm like learning to ride again and just like getting my confidence back. She literally is an angel. That's her name, and she is an angel. Yeah, still going to Riders, still having my lessons. Sorry, I know it looks crazy. Give me a minute, it won't. I actually need to get a new riding hat, like a new helmet. If anyone following and watching can recommend one. I was looking at maybe getting a Charles Owen hat. But yeah, I need a new helmet, because the one that I've literally had since I used to have riding lessons when I was young, and it is battered now. Okay, and then I'm just going to use a little bit of loose powder, just the Laura Mercier translucent powder, just to set that down. I always use this same like puff when I'm setting loose powder down as well, which is the Tati Beauty. It's like the little love shape puff. I never use a sponge to set down my concealer anymore. Literally never. I feel like this just gives a way smoother finish. Like, it honestly will fill in your pores and make you look airbrushed. I'm not even joking. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier Candle Glow powder in the shade 3. So it's a little bit more of like a bronzier shade, and I kind of just go over the skin with this. Sorry, it's getting so bright outside suddenly. Okay, and then I'm going to use some of the Fenty bronzer. I've got a really itchy nose. Why does this always happen? As soon as I've like set my face down, I always start to get such an itchy nose. Like, it actually drives me mad. Yeah, I'm just using this to warm up my skin. This is the shade Shady Biz. Okay, and then for highlighter, I think I'm going to use some of the Milk Makeup highlighter. I've not used this in a while. So this is the shade Iced. So I'm just going to pop that on my cheekbone. And then I'm also just going to put on a little bit of the Kat Von D blush in the shade Honeysuckle. It's like a really pretty mauvey pink shade. Okay, and then for lips, I think I'm just going to do a Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. Literally my go-to liner. Like, I love this liner so much. It's so, so pretty on. Okay, so it's suddenly gone very dark outside. Not really sure how that happened, but this is the finished makeup look. I really hope you guys like it. I mean, it's obviously pretty much what I do on a day-to-day basis in terms of makeup, but I didn't really want this to be like a tutorial. It was more so just to like have a catch up with you guys and chat with you and just check in and see how you're all doing. So yeah, really hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I promise I will take this hair out at some point as well, and I won't look this crazy for the rest of the evening. But yeah, I'm gonna get going anyway, because it literally is suddenly like pitch black outside for some reason. I'm not really sure how that's happened, but I love you guys as always, and I will see you in the next one.